What is good, guys, and welcome to today's video. We got a bunch of stuff to do, but we also have some really exciting things to pick up from Chris's place that just arrived. I've been helping him all day getting his car ready for E85 in the dyno, so make sure you're checking out his channel. And on that note, make sure you get your Miata entries. Head to sammit.net/slap and get them. Entries and everything close on the 30th of this month. Only for people in the USA. All the rules and everything on the website. Go check it out if you have any questions or anything. We need to go get some cool more parts for the Miata. It's kind of a big deal, so let's go do that. We just got to the house and here they are. It's kind of funny how tires just get delivered like this here in the States, but I was freaking out when it was coming to ordering tires for the Miata, and I was so pumped when I found out that my favorite tire that I run all the time in Japan was available here in the States. And not only in the sizes that I run in my drift cars, but also the sizes for the Miata. So I was able to get myself some Valino Grievers, the 08Ds, in the correct size that I needed to suit the new wheels. I want to talk so much about why these are the best tires in the world and why I absolutely love them and won't run anything else on my cars in Japan and now here in the States. But we will do that once we get back to the shop because the tire place is closing soon and we need to get these mounted ASAP so that we can put them on the car and see how it all looks. So let's get to it. We're just loading the Koenig wheels into the truck. Going straight to the tire place, which is literally around the corner, so I'm not going to even close it. Wrong side of the car. This is my life, Alex. I always get in the wrong side, doesn't matter how many times I've done it. Let's go, jam out to some dance, cover dance. Time to mount some tires, boys. New wheels and tires all ready for these guys to get them all mounted up for me. I am way too pumped. Gonna go and park the truck up, and then we just play the waiting game, get some more work done on the Miata. My gosh, do these look amazing, all balanced and ready. These are some chunky, grippy tires. Let's get these loaded up in the truck. I cannot wait. We need to put these on the Miata right away. Quick stat. Let's do it. You think you could do mine after this?
I mean, I can.
It's only going to be half a car.
I mean, it's going to get dirty again.
It will. It definitely will. Guys, you can see I couldn't help but put these things there just to see from a distance what it's going to look like. And you know what?
You need that much camber.
I need that much camber? Get out of here. We're gonna have to do something about the suspension for sure, but I literally cannot wait. I'm taking the factory MB wheels off. We're putting these on there. I'm way too hyped to see what they look like. Seriously, these are literally the best tires you could get for this kind of setup and what I'm planning to do. You guys know in Japan, I run their Pergas or Pregas. I don't know how to pronounce them. Pergia? I don't know. You guys tell me in the comment section. But these are my choice for the fronts. These are super, super meaty and grippy. This is what I normally run on my fronts in Japan. Obviously, drift car setup. And then I always run the Grievers in the rear. The Grievers have amazing grip. They're, I think, 308 tread wear, which is amazing. They last forever. They hold so much good grip all the way till the end. They don't, like, you know, get sketchy midway through or anything like that. They literally hold their grip all the way to the end. Oh, it's a 360 tread wear. Sorry, guys. So one of my favorite things about Valino tires, if you guys don't know, they're engineered in Japan by some of the world's best drifters. The entire company is run by car nuts, so they're literally a product made by car enthusiasts for car enthusiasts, and they're just overall the best tires I've ever had on my cars. I picked these up for an absolute deal on their USA site, which is just valinotires.com. If you guys are after a pair, I definitely recommend trying them out for your next purchase for tires for your car. Literally, you won't be disappointed. I mean, I could rant on all day, but my two favorite things about Grievers is literally that the sidewall is super strong. It has a lot of side bite for drifting, and then grip. These things do not lose grip until they are literally dead, like wires, sparks, air gone. So anyways, with that, I'm going to jack up this car, get these things on there to see how this thing really looks. Let's get these bad boys on here. Way too excited right now. Woo. All right, now I got some brand new nice black lug nuts. These nice guys did the job nice. Oh yeah, that really helps. be too excited. Also, if any of you guys comment on the fact that I'm wearing my old kicks, I'm wearing these because at the workshop, my new kicks get dirty really often, and these were in the washing machine yesterday. So, keeping them clean. Woo. Man, they look good. All right, let's bring this down. Oh yeah, there's some meaty boys, that's for sure. Lots of clearance on the back. Looks like we got the perfect offset. I'm pumped. All right, let's get those rear ones on. Time for the rear. There we go. Let's get these lug nuts on here. Here we go. Oh, yes. She's meaty. Damn, they look so good. Damn. This looks way better than I was anticipating. I wish we had fenders and stuff on, but I'm not going to put those on until we get the engine sitting in there. But, whew, it almost looks like we have camber right now, but we don't. These are some meaty boys. Oh yeah. We just kind of clear in the rear though. That's perfect. Man, just a tiny bit of a guard roll in the rear. That'll fix that up. The front, we may need to do a little bit of a guard roll. Man, it's gonna look so good. Once we get some adjustable suspension in this thing, we're gonna be able to dial in this wheel gap way better. But as you guys know, I'm always a function over form guy. So I'm very happy about this. This looks so good. So I wanted to do some work on the Miata today, but the weather had other plans, unfortunately. It's pouring down with rain. Luckily we got the hood and stuff on there, keeping things dry. Seriously, this thing looks so good with those new wheels and tires. Don't worry about the fitment, we'll fix that in the future with adjustable suspension, like I said. We're gonna get this looking way more flush, and with the fenders and stuff, we'll get them rolled a little bit too. But like I said, function over form is my goal, so there will be wheel gap there. I want this thing to essentially be a grip monster. You can drift with it, you can time attack with it. It's gonna be super reliable. And I think this build is gonna end up being very unique too, with some pretty exciting things probably about to happen. So another thing I need to talk to you guys about actually is the engine assembly. Now initially my plans were to assemble the bottom end and everything myself, but plans have kind of changed. This weekend we've got a fair few shenanigans planned to happen. Plus I started getting a little bit, I don't know, anxious and sort of freaking out a bit at the idea of me accidentally making a mistake assembling the bottom end. You know, I'm not a master engine builder. I have not done it like 1,000 times like a whole bunch of other people out there. So what I ended up doing was actually just speaking to the engine machinist and seeing if they were down to help me out. They were super all about it, and essentially they're putting together just the bottom end, the rotating assembly. So, you know, crank, conrods and pistons, measuring and triple checking everything, getting that locked in place. I'm still gonna have to assemble the majority of the engine, you know, putting the oil pump on, sump, head, all that kind of stuff. But they're just gonna do, you know, everything for the rotating assembly, which I'm very, very happy about. Everything else I have a lot of experience in. Just the rotating assembly kind of freaks me out, and I would hate for something to go wrong because of me just making a mistake. So, you know, if it's my own personal car, I'm all, listen to that rain, man. Florida's crazy. It was literally like sunny today. You saw me when I put those wheels on. But yeah, anyways, I just feel much more at ease with that. If it was my own personal car, I would have no problem with trying it out, building an SR, slapping it in my car and stuff like that. Like, I'm gonna probably be doing that in Japan a fair few times. So if you're a bit bummed that you're not seeing engine assembly content, I'm sorry. I know I promised you guys that, but things have changed a bit, and I'm sure you understand my thought process and why I decided to do that. So we're at HP now, and I wanted to give you guys a nice update on Dan's build. He's coming along really, really well. We're just sorting out piping and stuff to the throttle body. We're gonna be cutting a nice hole in here and getting a straight shot to the intercooler so that everything's gonna line up, gonna get some fab work done. But the main thing I wanted to show you guys was this. So this replaces the factory OEM oil water cooler block that they were having issues with before, which I can show you one out here on the bench. So this one here, this comes off an RB25 or an RB26, and this is what fouls on a bunch of stuff, right? So this goes straight onto the block like that, and then you can just put your oil filter on there. But one thing that a lot of people make a mistake on is see how there are these little like kind of valves here, these little ball bearing things here, these two? These are pressure relief valves. Now what that means is at certain RPMs and certain oil pressures when it's very high, this will actually open a little bit and relieve some of the pressure so that all the oil isn't always being forced through the filter, because that's a restriction point, right? And in RBs, as you guys know, oiling can be a bit of an issue. So what happens at high RPM and when the oil pressure is very high is it doesn't always force the oil into the filter. It'll escape through here and go back through the engine and obviously, you know, lubricate things. So it's very important that these are put into the engine block when you put this on. On an RB20, they is pushed into the block, and the RB25 does have the place for you to push these in. But it's something that a lot of people forget on the RBs. A lot of people buy that billet piece that bolts straight onto the side of the block, just like this does here. And that then goes to 2 AN lines, which then goes to your oil filter and then your oil cooler. And they think that that's all they need to do. But what they're doing, if they forget to push an oil pressure relief valve into the block like one of these, then that means at high RPMs all the oil is still being forced through that filter, which is once again a restriction point and can prevent and can cause oil starvation. So the way that Nissan designed it essentially is it's a fail-safe. When you're limmy bashing your RB and listening to that sweet sound of angels, you don't want any oil restriction whatsoever or flow restriction from the filter. So in those cases, when the oil pressure is super high, it bypasses through there and still lubricates the engine. So when you do change to something like this, or you do just take that whole thing off the block and slap something on there to go to AN lines, you need to get one of those oil pressure relief valves and push it into the block. We're going to show you when we install it, when it all arrives. So we're waiting for those parts to come from Nissan Parts. But yeah, just something I want to make sure that you guys all know who work on RBs, because it can lead to catastrophic failure, especially if you have a drift car and you're sitting at high RPMs a lot. That can cause oil starvation to your bearings. So anyways, that aside, let's get back to the shop. And with that, guys, I think it's a perfect time to end today's video. I'm super excited. The wheels and the tires look incredible on the car. And the most insane thing, honestly, about today's video is the tires kind of helped me with my homesickness a little bit. I know that's kind of weird to say or even think about, but literally, like, just the thought of having something here with me that I always have with me in Japan kind of eased me a little bit. But yeah, I don't know. If you guys think that I'm weird, that's fine. That's okay. And with that, guys, don't forget to get your Miata entries. Go ahead to sammit.net/shop. Buy as much merch as you can. Every 500 yen spent is an entry, so don't miss out on that. Definitely don't sleep on it. And yeah, we'll wrap things up there. I hope you guys are all being safe and being careful in this pandemic. Don't worry, it's about to get better. Trust me, I know. Peace out. Ciao, mata.